What would you do if the person you loved the most believed you were the reason why their life was falling apart? And no matter how much you tried to prove your innocence, nobody believed you. Story time. Anna was a young girl who, after completing her high school education, couldn't further to the university because of lack of funds. But then she got a job in the local government in her city, and she was working there. During the time she was working, she met a young guy, Patrick, who was a university student. He had come to the local government for something, and that's how they met. They exchanged contacts and they started dating. But at first, Anna was hesitating. She was like, I don't want to date you. Patrick was like, why? Why wouldn't you want to date me? And I was like, I mean, you are an undergraduate student. I am just of a high school graduate. I am not in the university. I don't think we're in the same social class, and I don't think I should date you. You know, she was finding all the reasons to turn down Patrick's proposal. Then Patrick told her, but I love you and I want to date you. And I was looking at Patrick and looking at herself, and she was not believing what Patrick was saying, because Patrick was a tall, handsome guy, very cute, and she was a bit shy and feeling less of herself. So, despite the fact that she was a single mom at the time, she told Patrick, and she even thought that the moment he find out that she's a single mom, she already had a child, Patrick is going to back off. But it didn't discourage Patrick. When she broke the news to him that she was a single mom, Patrick said, I still want you. I want you to be my girlfriend. I'm very much interested. I don't know, but there's something about you. I want to date you. So, to cut the whole story short, they began dating. And as they were dating, sometimes Anna would go to visit Patrick in campus in his accommodation, and she will see some ladies that have gone to visit him with big vehicles, like these big women in the society, some with Rolls Royce, Range Rover, all the finest and expensive cars you can think of. So, and what she normally do is when she gets there and notice that these people have arrived to visit Patrick, she will hide, you know. She will hide, and sometimes she will run and go back, and Patrick will be like, I've been waiting for you. You told me you're bringing food for me. And she'll be like, yeah, I came, but I saw some Range Rover back in front of your apartment. I just had to go back. So Patrick kept reassuring Anna that those women are in love with me. They are obsessed with me, but I am obsessed with you. They want me, but I want you. They love me, but I love you. There's a difference between you and them. Never let them intimidate you. My house is your house. Whenever you come there, you let me know you are around. I don't even like them there. And if you had let me know you were around, it would have been better for me, because the fact that you came would have, chased them away. And sometimes these women will even go into a physical clash among themselves because of Patrick. So Anna was scared for herself. She was like, is this guy serious about me? Is he actually going to turn down these ladies because of me? Those ladies were high class ladies from wealthy homes. In fact, they had everything: the beauty, the money, the fame, the luxury, and everything. And Patrick was still insisting that he's in love with her, and he promised her that once he graduates from the university, he's going to marry her. Something she agreed with doubt. So fast forward to when Patrick completed his program. He wanted to get married. He went back home, and the mom was excited that he wanted to get married because he said immediately he gets a job after his graduation, he was going to start his own family. Now, the mom was excited for Patrick to get married because she knew the caliber of women that were chasing Patrick. Some of these women were going as far as buying gifts and driving down to his family house to gift his mom. So she was used to those caliber of women. And when Patrick brought Anna to the house to introduce Anna to them, that she was the girl he wanted to marry, like the mom wasn't having it. She was frowning like, Patrick, why her? She was like, Patrick, why her? But Patrick's dad was very happy. He wasn't against Patrick's choice. He gave his blessings and he was like, go ahead and marry her if she's the one you truly love and you know that you will want to spend the rest of your life with her. So after everything, they got married and they started staying together as husband and wife. Um, Patrick's mom was not happy. She never liked Anna from the get-go. So during the time Anna got married, she wanted to bring her daughter in her matrimonial home to start living with her. But Patrick told her, no, I don't want you to bring her yet. I want you to wait until when we have our own child. She can now come so that she can help us to carry our baby. So when Anna told her mother about her idea, her family frowned. Her family told her, no, don't even suggest to him to. Anna, with her mother's heart, she wanted her daughter to live with her. So she later pleaded with Patrick that she would like to be visiting, you know, twice a month to see how her daughter was faring, to be closer to her daughter. Because one thing Anna was good at is the role of a mother. She was such a great mother to her daughter and she had a great relationship with her daughter. So Patrick agreed. He had a lot of money, of course. Anna was going back and forth, even though they were staying in separate cities. She was going to visit her daughter from time to time. And there was a day she decided to visit her daughter, and Patrick uh, said he wanted to accompany her. I think that day he wasn't going to work. So he was like, I'm going to drive you. Don't worry. We can go together so that we can visit your daughter. So on getting to Anna's family house, um, her baby daddy was there and they exchanged pleasantries and, she spent time with her daughter. And Patrick wasn't happy, but he did not show it. It was when they later went back to the city where they live at that he was telling Anna, so when you normally visit your mother to see your daughter, you usually meet with your baby's daddy. She said, occasionally, not always, sometimes. But of course, I'm married and he respects the fact that I'm married. He doesn't come there to see me. I used to meet him there when he has come either to give something to his daughter or to see how she's doing because he always check on her. Remember, they're in the same city. So Patrick was like, no, you guys are not supposed to be meeting each other again. Now you're married. Why is he still coming to your family house, to your family's house? Anna was like, but it's because of his daughter. What are you talking about? The fact that we parted ways doesn't make us enemy, and we have a bond for life. This child is my child and she's also his child. So he will be coming to visit her. Patrick was like, no, I think we need to do something that will stop him from visiting. And I was like, what are we going to do that will stop him from visiting? He said, of course, since your daughter has a favorite thing she likes to eat, we can buy her favorite and just, because Anna's daughter had a way she loved her bread. So Anna's daughter loves bread with a particular thing. Like some people will love bread and butter. Let me say she loved bread and sausages. So he said, since she loves bread and sausages, we can just get bread and put some little substance before the sausage and travel to the city without your family's consent, look for a total stranger and give him the bread to go to her class and tell her teacher that her mother sent this. So once or wait during break time when kids are playing outside, the person will just enter the school premise and give it to her and say, your mommy gave this for you. Your mommy sent this to you. And of course, she'll be excited because it's her favorite and she will eat without telling anyone. And that's how, after some days, she will, you know, she will disappear from the face of the earth. And then you will not have any business with your baby daddy. We are going to have our own kids. And, that's how he will be out of your life for good. So Anna was highly disappointed, but she did not show the disappointment on her face. She was shocked at what she just heard. But because she was quite an intelligent woman, she managed to uh, control her emotion and not show any form of shock, nor disappointment, nor anger towards Patrick at that moment. She not told him, oh, okay, yeah, I think it's not a bad idea. I'll think about it. So the next day when Patrick went to work, she informed her family that they should tell her daughter never to collect anything from anyone in school apart from the one that the grandma would give her at home. And she assigned someone who was taking her daughter to school, because before that, her daughter was going to school with her cousin. So, and the cousin was just like 4 years older than the daughter, but she assigned a full-grown adult who was taking them together in school and was going to pick them from school like few minutes before the closing time and was bringing them home. So Anna knew that Patrick wasn't as clean as she thought he was. Now, Patrick was quite proud. He usually boasts a lot. He usually calls himself Mr. Perfect. He'll be like, I am tall, I'm handsome, I am, I am 6+ feet tall. I I am light skinned. I have curly hair, because Patrick looked like a mixed race child, even though his both parents were all black, and he was the only one among his siblings that looked the way he looked. And according to Anna, neighbors have always gossiped that his mom must have conceived him with a white man during her days of body. That's not the focus of our story. So when Patrick was working in a big company as the CEO and he had money, they were living in a nice 4-bedroom apartment. They were living a good life. Anna was living the dream life of many women. So he usually brings his colleague home. Sometimes they come to visit him. Sometimes he bring them just to have lunch, because Anna was a good cook and she always prepare his lunch at home. So he enjoyed having his lunch home. So sometimes when Patrick came home for lunch with his friends, he would pull off his clothes and be walking around the house with underwear. Like his entire body will be exposed. So Anna will now tell him, please try to put on something. You can see we have visitors. I don't think your colleagues are going to be comfortable with what you're wearing walking in their presence. He said, why wouldn't they be comfortable? It's a privilege, to see a man as tall as I am, handsome as I am. Look at my body, I'm so perfect. I don't have scars. I don't have any acne. I don't have anything on my body. I am so light skinned. I look like a white man with my coily hair. I'm so perfect. And I think anyone that is even privileged to be around me, let alone to see my entire body, should be feeling blessed. So he always exposes himself like that, and he always boasts about who he was, how he was their boss in the office, how he was very handsome, he was the tallest, he was earning more than them. So he was constantly boasting about who he was and what he had. So Anna used to caution him when they were together. She's like, my love, everything you are that and more. But I don't think it's a good idea for you to be flaunting, to be talking about it, to be boasting about who you are in front of your friends, because I mean, some people are not going to be happy with that, and some people are going to take it in a very negative way. He was like, I don't care. They can take it whichever way they want to take it. But the only thing someone cannot deny is that Patrick is tall. Patrick is light skinned. Patrick is handsome. Patrick has curly hair. Patrick has a good body stature. Patrick, when he walks into a building, all eyes are on Patrick, you know. So she couldn't stop him. And during that time, they were trying to conceive, but all efforts, oh, I don't know, a fly entered this room. So during that time, they were trying to conceive and it wasn't working. You know, she has gone to medicals to do a series of tests, and the result were showing negative, that she had no problem, that she was a fertile woman. But the doctors will request for her to bring her husband. And when she would tell Patrick, Patrick would be like, me, handsome Patrick, perfect man. You expect me to go to the doctor and say, doctor, my wife has not been able to conceive. Check me. Maybe I have a problem. Never. I can never go to the hospital to embarrass myself like that. You go and explain to the doctor and let him give you something to come and give me. And I was like, it doesn't work like that. You know, you need to go for the medical checkup yourself. They have done tests on me. They have checked everything they needed to check on me. So they also need to check you because you're my husband. So that if there is any problem, they will find out and they will know how to follow it. They will know how to provide the solution and all. Patrick was like, go and explain to them and tell them and describe me and get the medication and bring home to me. I cannot go to the doctor. I'm too perfect to go, and then the doctor will start thinking that maybe I'm infertile. And during that time, Patrick's mom was dramatic. She was like, I knew it. I've always said that this lady had committed so much abortion that she wouldn't be able to conceive. I told you, but you did not listen. You still went ahead to marry her. The mom was on their neck, but no one knew that Anna was doing her possible best to make sure that, you know, they could find the solution to their inability to conceive. But Patrick was feeling reluctant. He wasn't even visiting the hospital, let alone running examination. So Anna got tired at some point. She stopped going to the hospital because every time the doctor would keep repeating the same thing. Madam, please bring your husband. We need to run tests on him to bring your husband. So she gave up. She was just there. She was also doing business. Patrick didn't want her to work. He wanted her to be a full-time housewife. But she was like, no, it's not going to work like this. I know you have money that can take very good care of me, but I would also love to work. And he said, if you're my wife, you must be a full-time housewife, because when we start having kids, I want you to be a full-time mom. She used to buy goods and she used to travel to the city where her mom was living to supply to people over there, and she was making lots of money. And funny enough, Patrick didn't even know, but she was pretending to him that it's the minor businesses she's doing around, buying some things, selling to some rich women, because she was not in the caliber of rich women, of course. So he thought that was what was giving her money, but what was actually giving Anna money was her supply business. So after some time, Patrick fell sick. He was really ill. Um, he had some little wounds on his butt. His butt was decaying, and then they took him to the hospital. It started very small, but then after a while, it was eating his entire butt. It was eating his entire body. They took him to the hospital. They ran series of tests and they couldn't find anything. So when his mom came to visit them, she was really sad. She was devastated at the situation. The doctor's reports were negative all around, like nothing was wrong with him. But then you can see that something is wrong with him. But the doctor's report was showing that nothing was actually wrong with Patrick. So Anna, the whole time, she was beside Patrick. Everything, every activity that she was doing stopped because she was giving Patrick full attention. She was there 247 with Patrick. And after spending a long time in the hospital, the one of the mothers, Patrick auntie, who visited, suggested that they should take him to the native healers because the hospital wasn't doing anything to ameliorate the situation. Every medication that they were prescribing wasn't even, you know, healing any of these wounds. The condition was getting worse every single day. So when he was taken to the traditional healers, they were doing other things in Africa that is called, how am I going to say it in English? They were doing some traditions like to find out who was behind that misfortune. And Patrick mom wasn't even allowing the people who were in charge of doing these things to, to find out who was actually the cause of Patrick misfortune. She was like, she knows it's Anna, that because Patrick acquired the land and, built a nice house and he has money in the bank, that's why Anna was actually trying to eliminate him so that she can inherit everything that he had. So the whole time, while everyone was praying for Patrick to get better, Patrick's mother was abusing Anna. She was telling her, I have always told my son that you were a witch. I told him not to get married to you, but he didn't listen. And here we are. Look at what you've done to him. Anna was very devastated. Imagine that kind of situation. Your husband is in that kind of situation. You just got married, like maybe a year plus ago. You've not enjoyed your marriage. You guys have been trying to conceive. You have so many plans, just a young couple. And he fell sick. When you're still trying to wrap your head around everything, and boom, there comes the accusation on you that you are the one behind his misfortune. So the whole time, the mother was making the situation unbearable for Anna. She was accusing Anna of everything. At some point, she asked Anna to leave. She told Anna that Anna should leave because Anna was the cause of the son's misfortune. She had even convinced the son to the extent that Patrick was chasing Anna. Whenever Anna comes around him, he will say, You witch, go away. You're the one harming me. Go away. So she chased Anna, and when Anna left that native hospital where they were to go back to their house, she found out that the house was already emptied. She couldn't find anything. She couldn't find her personal belongings, nothing. Everything was already taken. The house was cleared and it was occupied by new owners. But during that period of time, it wasn't time for Anna to start fighting for the properties and start. She was still trying to wrap her head around the fact that her husband was in a critical condition. So she was hopeful that her husband would get better. When she found out that everything has been swept away, she didn't even have, because she wanted to change and pick a few things to go to meet her mother, but she didn't meet anything. She met strangers in the house who were, who had almost finished moving inside their house. So she went home with only the dress she had on her from the hospital, and she went to meet her mother and everything. So during that time, Patrick mom didn't tell her son that she chased Anna away. She told her son that Anna left because she got frustrated about his condition, and she was sure that it was Anna who put him in that condition. So that was what Patrick was believing the whole time, that he was in that critical condition because his condition kept getting worse and worse. But Patrick dad knew what Patrick's mom did, just that the man was praying for his son to recover. He didn't want to involve himself in drama. Anna was praying the whole time. She was going to the chapel to pray for her husband to recover the whole time she was praying. So during one of their visits to one of these healers, because Patrick had a younger sister who loved Anna very much. So during one of their visits, according to what the younger sister told Anna, the the seer told them that he got poison in his place of work, something that no one could verify. So he said Patrick was poisoned by one of his colleagues, that the poison was placed on his chair and he sat on it. That was the beginning of his problem. That a lot of his colleagues didn't like the fact that he was boastful, that he always boast around them, always tried to make them feel inferior, treating himself as a perfect human being and all of that. That was when where he got his problem. So this Sia told them that that poison is like one of the most dangerous poison, that him personally he cannot cure that, but he can refer them to somewhere else because that person was more powerful than him. So when he referred them to the other traditional healer, they went there, and that traditional healer told them that he could have cured Patrick if they had brought him immediately. He got poisoned, but the stage where the poison has reached, there is no solution. They were devastated, but he was trying to give them some medication to help them and all of that. And it got to some point. He said he don't think that there's anything that can be done for Patrick to survive. So when Patrick mom was told that, she went to look for Anna. She pleaded with Anna that Patrick has been asking where she was, that please she should come back. Why did she go to bring Anna back? It was because she was already sure that Patrick was not going to survive. And during that time, a lot of people were getting disgusted to be washing Patrick. You know, even his siblings didn't want to wash him. His body had already decayed and it was, smelling so bad. But when Anna was around, despite the smell, despite anything, she was giving Patrick bath. She was taking care of him. She was beside him 24/7 without squeezing her face. Like, she was really, really taking care of her husband. So Patrick mom went to bring back Anna because she was exhausted. She was doing this alone, and Patrick's siblings, the younger ones who were still going to school, they were in the house by themselves and the whole thing. So she needed Anna to be there, to be there with Patrick, so that she can go back home to her home and take care of Patrick's siblings. So Anna didn't know that it's because the situation has gotten worse that she came looking for her, and it was because she knew that Patrick was going to die that she came looking for her. So Anna came back, and when Anna was trying to come close to Patrick, even though he was already down, that the condition was worse than when she had left him, Patrick was like, "Go, you bitch! You're the one who wants to kill me. Leave here, leave from here." So Anna was confused, but the dad was there. He was trying to convince Patrick that Anna loved him so much and she meant well for him, that please he should let Anna to take care of him. She's the only one here now, so she has to take care of him. And after a while, Patrick accepted and Anna was still beside him. So it didn't take many months again, and Patrick died. When Patrick died, his mom became worse. So all this while that she kept calm and pretended she wanted Anna beside him, it was all pretense, because the one of the healers told her that the person, if she knows the person who did this to Patrick, even though they told her that Patrick got poisoned in his place of work, she kept refusing. She was so convinced that it was Anna. So the healer told her that if you are so sure of the person that did this, let the person be closer to him in his last days. If you are sure it is his wife, let her be closer to him in his last days, so that if he died, they are going to make her drink the water that they will use to wash his dead body. And if she drinks that water and she knows anything about his death, she's going to be the next one to die. So that was why she brought Anna, because she knew that if she didn't bring Anna, it would be difficult for her to make Anna to drink from the water that they used to wash Patrick's dead body. So after a while, Patrick gave up the ghost and they took him close to a river. Um, Before Anna, when Patrick gave up the ghost, she had already told the healer not to let Anna know that Patrick is dead. So they took him. They lied to Anna that they wanted to transfer Patrick to somewhere else. The somewhere else they were talking about is the forest where they were going to give Patrick his last bath. Because of his condition, his body was not going to stay in the mortuary. So they took him to that river, which is located in the middle of a forest, far from the town. So they took him there and they gave him bath. So they gave him the bath there, and once the bath was completed, Patrick's dad was there, Patrick's mother was there, Patrick auntie was there, and I don't know, there was another person who was there, but from Patrick's family. So later, they called Anna. I think Anna was still in the healer's house waiting for them to return. So they now sent for Anna. When they brought Anna there, they told her to speak her words, like that water is the water where you don't, is the water of truth, where you have to say the truth and the truth only. That she's going to speak some words like, Patrick, I am not responsible for anything that had happened to you. If I am the one responsible, uh let what happened to you happen to me, and if I am innocent, my hands are clean. So something like of the sort. They made her repeat that, and after they say once you're done repeating that, they gave her a jar, like a little cup, a little cup, a kind of traditional cup with that water, part of the water they used to give him bath. It was there. Patrick's dad knew, and he was the only one in the group among them that was against this thing. He was like, I don't like this thing you people are doing. Don't do this to this child. This is somebody's child. Even if you wanted to do something like this, you should have informed her family to be present. You can't bring you can't bring someone's child here and be doing such a huge I don't know, like incantation on her head or tradition or something like that. I am against this. So he was frowning. But he was speaking in their local dialect, and Anna used to understand that local dialect, but she didn't know how to speak. So when she finished saying all those things, they forced her to drink that water, which she drank. And after drinking, um they chased her from that place. They told her to leave. Patrick mom told her, I don't ever want to see you again. Even if you hear that my son is dead, do not attend his burial, because if you do, I'll make sure I bury you with him together. So she chased him, and all of them, they were, abusing Anna. They were saying that she's a witch, that ever since she entered Patrick's life, it's been misfortune after misfortune. Despite the fact that she couldn't give him a child, she still went ahead to make him sick so that she could kill him and inherit his property. It was at that moment that Anna knew that Patrick was dead. So they chased her. She left that place, that forest, and she walked for almost 2 hours to be able to see the town. She had no money on her. She had nothing, and she had to plead with strangers, to contribute money to give her. And that was how she was able to go back to her mother's house. So Patrick was finally buried by his family. And Anna came out of that marriage with nothing. And the whole time, Anna was a hustler. She was doing business. Even before Patrick came into her life, she was working. And during the time that Patrick was a student, Anna used to support him in school financially. There was a semester that Anna paid his school fees from her savings. The family didn't know about this, but Patrick promised Anna that he was going to marry her, because Patrick was the uh, the one supporting himself in school. His dad had started supporting him in school, but Patrick realized that the fact that the parents were supporting him in school was affecting them in the house to take care of his other siblings. So he was like, Dad, I'm a big boy. Because he was quite intelligent, and he was tutoring other students in other subjects. He was making some little money. He was like, Dad, I can sort myself out. So a semester came when he didn't get as much money as he had expected from his tutoring class to pay his school fees. And he couldn't go home to ask his parents, because he knew it was school opening, and his siblings, of course, were sent to school. So his parents will not have that much money. He explained his problem to Anna, and Anna emptied her savings account to give him because she saw a young man she loved and he needed help, and she knew that this young man had potentials. He was hardworking, he was intelligent, he had a vision, and she helped him. So she supported him during his university days. His mother only knows the story from the time they wanted to get married, but she didn't know that they had a history while Patrick was in the university. So Anna left there with nothing. Life was bitter. And the mom, Patrick's mother, did not just accuse Anna, she made sure she spread everywhere that Anna had killed her son, to the extent that Anna's friends started avoiding Anna. They were seeing Anna as a killer. Everybody was avoiding her. Anna said that even when she's working in her area in the quarter, some people will enter their house and lock their door and say, the killer is passing, the killer is passing. That's how bad it was. She was depressed. She was she was lost. Like her life wasn't looking like her life anymore. And she had already lost her job at the local government when she resigned. And the local government chairman that used to work with her was no longer the same one. Like it was so hard, she couldn't even get that job again because she had a bad reputation. Her name was associated with killing case. So it was that hard. She couldn't secure any job. Even when she tried opening a business, it wasn't working. People were scared to buy from her. People were so scared. They were like, this one that killed her husband. No, I don't want to go and buy from her. Maybe she's going to kill me too. That's how bad the situation was. But after a while, Anna kept going to church. Anna kept praying. Anna kept believing. Nothing happened to Anna despite the tradition, the incantation, and everything, the swearing that was made on her head. Nothing bad happened to her. She decided never to give dating a chance, but then after a series of counseling, she accepted to give dating a chance again after some years, and she met a good man who came to ask for her hand in marriage. If there's something that Anna had, was the grace to be married. She had that grace with her. So another person came to ask for her hand in marriage, and they got married, and they have been married for years, and she has given birth to 4 children. So this is Anna and Patrick's story, and I will see you in the next episode of Stories from the Heart. Bye for now.